our next one, we're gonna check out a SunnyV2 video. And if our track record holds, the day after we watch this SunnyV2 video, something is going to happen with the subject of this SunnyV2 video. So, because remember what happened the last time we watched SunnyV2? It was on Nikocado, and the day after, he had his comeback. So this one is about Coco Melon, which is apparently the most evil channel on YouTube. And so, if the pattern holds, tomorrow Coco Melon's gonna come out with some kind of announcement. If it does, I swear to God, I think I may be cursed if that happens. If tomorrow something comes out about Coco Melon, I'm going to be cursed. So, let's see. I'm vaguely aware of what Coco Melon is. I know it's like a kids channel. Okay, Atanashi, if you're gonna get raging, then I am probably gonna get raging. So, get ready. Let's do this.
My son is almost 2 and I've been letting him watch Coco Melon, but now I had to get him speech therapy so I can get him to talk. There are hundreds and hundreds of anecdotes in which parents mention the exact same problem. The Coco Melon show is so insanely addictive, it's being compared to nicotine and causing developmental issues amongst the kids who can't stop watching. Children's TV expert Jerica Sands calls it the most damaging show a child can watch, explaining the sneaky ways in which they make the show addictive. Firstly, there's the colors. Take for example the wheels on the bus. The 3 main colors, blue, green and yellow, are all at maximum saturation, meaning they cannot be made any brighter no matter how hard you try. Extreme saturation is normally used for alerts and notifications, as it's exciting, dynamic and attracts attention, which is why it's also used in slot machines. Coco Melon puts these colors in perfect contrast, making them appear even more vibrant, which is different to, for example, Bluey, in which the colors instead blend together. Coco Melon's also different because it's highly repetitive. There's a reason they have 38 videos with over 1 billion views. A child's brain is wired to learn through repetition, so it feels right to them to watch the same thing over and over again.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna say that the autistic member of my family watches their tablet all the time. The tablet is a staple of their life. But this is a big part of, it's how they learn to talk, honestly. The tablet, when they were young and like growing up in like the single digit range, speech was delayed due to the autism. And watching videos on YouTube, now it wasn't Coco Melon, bearing in mind, it was not Coco Melon, but because they watched videos on YouTube, there were like educational videos for kids. That's how they were able to develop speech. Like, YouTube was actually, it was very instrumental in this person in my family learning how to talk. So I'm feeling kind of torn about this because I'm looking at it from a different perspective. And this member of my family also, when they watch YouTube videos, they do often watch them over and over and over again. But that seemed to benefit them because the repetition of hearing the words spoken and having them using context taught them how to talk. It's what allowed them to actually start verbally communicating, because before then, for a long time, they could only communicate in with one or two words. Their speech was very delayed. And by watching these YouTube videos for kids over and over and over again, that actually greatly helped them develop their speech skills. And now, today, their speech is, while still not where it should be, it's definitely the speech is fine. Obviously some delay, when you hear them speak, you can tell that they have a mental disability, but they can still communicate pretty effectively. And so I'm guessing, like, this may be something different, but I'm just, like, going into this with looking at it from the typical parent's point of view, where they're with all these comments, but I'm also looking at it from how it's impacted with my family, with the member of my family that was able to actually develop speech with this. And I do not, why the hell are, hang on a second, chat. Something's going on here. My redeems are not working all of a sudden. Hang on a second. Give me 1 second, chat. Let me figure out what's going on here with why these redeems are not working. Let me restart my mixed up and see if that fixes the problem. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. I hope that fixed it. Alright. Alright. Mods, if you can you try and refund Ammo Rock points back? If you can?
Bang, 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 bang.
Okay, that worked. That's good. Actually, let me test the head pad again. Hang on, it's got 25 seconds left in the cooldown. I'll test the head pad, see if it works. I'm guessing something worked with my mix it up or something like that. That's probably why the Snuggie didn't work for you earlier, Falcon. Say. Come on, you. Let's test it. Alright, Ammo, if this works, this is for you. There we go. That's for you, Ammo. Okay, so something borked with my mix up. It should be working fine now, though.
Coco Melon
Hi,
uses this in
Hi,
almost
Spee.
every video. For example, in the Yes Yes Playground song, they pick a word to repeat 3 times in every sentence, pairing it with a subtly repeating background lullaby, keeping children hooked. Literally no show or movie puts my son into a deep trance the way Coco Melon does. The second it's on the TV, he turns into a toddler zombie who doesn't see or hear anything else that's going on in the room.
That's not good.
This is only exacerbated.
Thank you, Taurus. It's fun getting ready to watch you live, but I have to stop and play games with friends. Hope I can watch another time. Reaver, please feel free to come back anytime. My schedule is in the stream info. I stream like 6 days a week, if I can. So I'm here often.
By Coco Melon's subtitles, which have also been a heavy point of criticism. The letters are not educational, I can barely read them fast enough. It's simply another interesting element to capture your little one's attention. Coco Melon explains in every description, our goal is to help make learning a fun and enjoyable experience for kids, giving you the peace of mind that your children are receiving quality educational content. But people have argued that they're teaching exactly what children shouldn't do. For example, in the No Bedtime song, the baby refuses to brush his teeth, have a bath, put on pajamas, or get in bed. The education is that he eventually agrees to do so, yet a TikTok user was critical, stating, anytime I'd ask my son to do a simple task, he'd say no, no, no. He's sitting there watching Coco Melon, which taught him no, 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 and to say no to me. On the topic of education, Jerica said,
yeah, so what it's doing is it's programming children to perform these same responses in real life. So with that video, it's programmed them to initially say no, 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 and to refuse, 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 and eventually give in. And that's not a good way to do programming. that, you're teaching children the wrong thing.
And stated, these people don't give a shit about our children. They care
Yeah.
about money. That's it. Your child's cognitive development in direct exchange for their wealth, and there's pretty good evidence supporting this. A New York Times
Actually, I have a question. Who knows how long Coco Melon has been around? I want to check that. I want to see, when did Coco Melon start? Okay, this explains a fuckload. Coco Melon started in 2006. So, September 1st, 2006 is when Coco Melon began on ABC Kid TV. So it started in 2006 under the name Checkgate before rebranding as ABC Kid TV, and then I guess they rebranded as Coco Melon. Chat, what's something I've talked about recently, which is how teachers in high school are reporting that their students are like 3 grades behind in speech development. Because they grew up with this shit and it's pre-wired their minds. It's regressed their minds at a key stage of development. And now all of the kids that were watching Coco Melon basically have learning disabilities. So yeah, we're seeing the after effects of it in high school right now. We're seeing what Coco Melon is doing to kids that are in high school right now.
journalists visited Coco Melon's studio, discovering their #1 focus is keeping children hooked. Coco Melon's data and analytics team sifts constantly through YouTube numbers to determine exactly what resonates. Should a girl wear black jeans or blue jeans? Should the music be louder or softer? Should the bus be yellow or red? Yellow is the answer, as they use a darker method to ensure that they're correct. Coco Melon has a dedicated Distractatron room, in which once a month children are brought here one at a time and shown a handful of episodes to figure out exactly which parts of the shows are engaging and which are tuned out. Next to the TV playing Coco Melon, there's a second screen which plays a continuous loop of banal real-world scenes. A guy pouring a cup of coffee, someone getting a haircut, each lasting about 20 seconds. Whenever a youngster looks away from the Moonbug show to glimpse the Distractatron, a note is jotted down.
This is fucking diabolical. Shall we fuck? This is like CIA brainwashing research right now. Like, seriously, this is fucked. This is goddamn scary, what they're doing. They're doing, like, research on how to brainwash your children, and people are giving them their kids to do it. What the actual fuck?
We can see what they're looking at and the exact moment when they got distracted. Therefore, education clearly isn't the primary goal. Keeping kids' attention is, and this is proven by Coco Melon's most addictive element, rapid camera cutting.
Yeah, potentially? For once, the US is pioneering a fucking war crime that's gonna get banned in the Geneva Convention instead of Canada. United States, it's your turn now.
It's crazy how many times the frame changes on.
And I'm pausing very rapidly here. Geronimo's, you're right. But this is being used against children, not adults. That's a big difference.
On Coco Melon. It's the same type of addicting behavior that we experience on a TikTok binge. It's the quick change of frame that releases that dopamine and makes the videos addicting to watch. Count the seconds between a change of frame. Well, TikToker the Circus Brain did exactly this. He firstly counts the changes on My Little Pony, concluding there's about 6 seconds between each cut. He then compares it to Coco Melon.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Jesus!
2, 1, two, one.
In her video, The Nightmare That Is Coco Melon,
Wow.
Cervantes draws a similar conclusion. She found that 96% of the shots in Baby Shark were shorter than 2 seconds. She then compares 4 different animated shows, again finding Coco Melon has the shorter shots.
The longest shot on a Coco Melon video was 6 seconds. The longest shot on Arcane was 8 seconds. The longest shot on Bluey was 27 seconds. And the longest shot on Encanto was 18 seconds.
Which, when combined with every other element, creates some
Target ad campaigns have hit the hardest has always been kids. The psychology is used advanced without any wisdom guiding its use. Yeah. It's... Oh yeah, I mean, and Bob, what you're talking about there, this is part of it, because it's creating... It's stimulating the brains in an addictive fashion, same way as any addictive drug, legal or not legal, does the same. But with kids, they just scream when they can't get something that they want. Like,
This is one reason I am so glad I am never having kids.
well, no, Kanito. Now, hold on a second there. This is parents who stuck Coco Melon in front of their kids. There's a big difference. Like, people that will, like, you know, we're talking about parents that will, like, stick an iPad in front of their kids because they don't want to deal with them while they do their own thing, at least partially. But there are plenty of parents that don't do this. And don't base having kids or not having kids strictly on something like this. If you don't want to have kids, that's fine. You know, you know, if you don't want to have kids just simply because you don't want to have kids, that's cool. That's, you know, there's no problem with that. But don't base it upon this video.
terrifying statistics. Dr. Kristen Summer explained that when showing an infant normal video content, they'll focus on the screen just 11% of the time. However, when the video is instead switched to Coco Melon, their screen engagement skyrockets to a whopping 74%. This therefore produces stories such as this. I used to volunteer for a preschool and they had song time. A Coco Melon video came on, and all of the tots stopped what they were doing, put down their cheese crackers, and remained fixated on the screen for the duration of the video. It was honestly kind of terrifying.
Yeah. I was a volunteer in this preschool and I saw that would scare the shit out of me. I would be seriously scared that the video playing on the screen was brainwashing the children to start going crazy and start murdering people. If they all just stopped, put down their snacks, and just stared at the screen, that's like every horror movie involving child monsters you've ever seen. Like, holy fuck.
Orwell's 1984 anyone.
This kind of goes beyond that. Well, maybe. Kind of, yeah. This feels like even worse in some respects. Like, honestly, if I was that volunteer, I would, like, immediately go to the teacher or go to the principal and say, do not ever play Coco Melon in that classroom ever again, or I'm walking the fuck out. Because that is just shit your pants scary to see something like that happen.
YouTuber Saberspark shared his own personal anecdote. He asked to watch a Disney movie with his 2 younger cousins, who both completely refused.
Well, Eki, I'm not lumping all kids in on this. Of course I'm not. I'm just saying that, like, when I was talking about the high school teachers that were talking about their kids, it's not all of their kids, obviously, but it's a big enough proportion that it's alarming. That's what I was talking about.
And instead spent all day glued to an iPad. Her cousins, who both completely refused, and instead spent all day glued to an iPad playing the Addictive show. In Coco Melon Made My Kid a Zombie, a mother talks about her son. He would be in a daze while watching it. You could be waving your hand right in front of his face and he wouldn't move. It was almost scary. This was also discovered by Sarah Mills 98, who explained when the Coco Melon addiction is so real that my 1-year-old can navigate the TV to turn it on by himself. However, nothing shows the addiction better than the Coco Melon TikTok trend. Parents will play the show's intro loudly and video their kids sprinting toward the television, where you can witness their mood change instantly. The New York Times journalist found something similar.
Yeah. This is psychological conditioning. This is fucking brainwashing. This is absolute 100% fucking brainwashing. Holy fuck. The only difference is they're not brainwashing them with a specific purpose in mind. Like, that TikTok trend? Shame on those parents. Shame on those parents if they have let their children watch so much of that Coco Melon that they become addicted to it, and they laugh when they turn on Coco Melon and watch their kid, their like toddlers, come sprinting into the room to see it. They shouldn't be laughing. They should be like, holy fuck, this is scary, we need to do something. And they're not because fucking TikTok.
Similar. The kid in the Distractotron had shown up in the midst of a tantrum, which ended the second he heard the Coco Melon theme song. It was no surprise to Wheeler, the head of research. 99% of kids, he said, if they're having issues when they get here, once that Coco Melon song comes on, they're like, life is okay, all is good with the world.
That is fucking drug addiction. They literally just described a drug addict. This is literally the description of a drug addict when they're fiending, when they're going through withdrawals. A drug addict going through withdrawals and they get their fix, their response is, life is okay, all is good with the world because they got their drug fix. Yeah, Eki, I wonder. Bobcat, try refreshing. Try refreshing the stream, see if that might fix it. It happens sometimes.
Obviously, there's a reason for this. Coco Melon is so hyper-stimulating that it actually acts as a drug, and what happens when you take the drug away. Young children experiencing symptoms of addiction and withdrawal, obviously leaving them completely dysregulated. TikTok user ThePoff1 filmed what happens when you take the show away, explaining he'll be inconsolable for at least 10 to 15 minutes after. Adding in the description, Coco Melon meltdown is legit. Once you have a taste of the cocoa, it's hard to break the addiction, which this Reddit user had experienced even worse.
Okay. Rodin, I'm going to partially disagree with you on this. I don't think that the parents should get charged with child abuse because many parents probably went into showing their kids Coco Melon not realizing the psychological damage and the mental damage that was being inflicted upon their children. You know, if once they were able to recognize it, they went, oh shit, and stopped and took it away and said, nope, you're not watching this anymore, and had to write out that basic withdrawal right there. No, I don't think those parents should be charged with child abuse. Not in the slightest. No. The parents that continually, even when they know it's causing damage to their children, and they just say, fuck it, I want peace and quiet, so they stick Coco Melon in front of their kids, that one, yes. That's where, okay, now you've got to start holding the parents accountable for this shit. There are parents that probably, a lot of these parents probably did not know going in what was going on, because Coco Melon is advertised extremely well as being good for kids, being educational, and what have you. And they're just like, okay, this is supposed to be educational, let's show it to my kid, I'll show it to my kids. And they don't actually understand what's happening. If when that understanding comes into play, they go, oh shit, and they correct it, God bless them. They realize what happened, because as a parent, there is no manual. No matter how much a parent thinks that they're prepared, they are literally going into having a child blind. And they are going to make mistakes. And this could very well be one of them. The key difference is if they realize they've made a mistake and they correct it. If they don't and they say, I just want my kid to shut up because I want to do my own fucking thing, okay, now you got a problem. Now you have a problem with the parent. So it is two different, there's two sides of that coin. And by the way, while Congress is so fucking busy trying to ban TikTok and all social media in the United States, how about they look at this fucking bullshit? Where the fuck is Congress with their Save the Kids bullshit with this? Where this is actually going after kids at infancy. Why have we not heard about them trying to ban this? Huh? Yeah? Why the fuck are they dragging their feet on this one? Like, it hasn't even come up. Seriously. Yeah, social media is not good for teenagers. It's shown to be damaging. What about this bullshit for the infants? Hey, Congress. I know you're not watching my stream because I'm obviously smarter than you are. How about you look at Coco Melon, Congress? How about you look at this and go, huh, this is brainwashing children. That's not good. Fucking do your jobs for once in your goddamn lives. And off that rage, Yuki, thank you for the follow.
My husband and I have been worried about our child. I can slowly see how she'd throw violent tantrums at home and in church whenever she'd get bored and would want to watch the show. Her behavior changes the moment she watches the show, and she will not even eat her meals if she wouldn't watch it. After these tantrums end, kids can experience a general discomfort in the speed of everyday life. The more they watch the show, the more their brain begins to expect this intense level of stimulation.
Basically, Coco Melon overstimulates their brains so much that everything else just seems slow and boring in comparison.
However, the potential consequences get much worse than this. As mentioned at the start, it was the cause of a child's speaking problems, with a notable reply reading, same thing happened.
Actually, wait, I want to read this. My son is almost 2, and I've been letting him watch Coco Melon because he really likes it, but now I have to get him to speech therapy in order so I can get him to talk. I'm not saying Coco Melon was the cause of this. Yes, you are, and you're rightly so. But I do feel like I failed as a mother by letting him watch that. The video really educated me a lot. This video really educated me a lot, and I think I'll start weeding him off of Coco Melon and play with him more. He's not going to be 2 forever, so I want to do better for him.
It was the cause of a child's speaking problems, with a notable reply
Same thing happened with my daughter too. She's 4, but she can't speak properly yet. She knows the words, but she does not like to frame the sentence or speech. She's been watching these Coco Melons or such other stuff for 2 to 3 years. I don't know what to do. She has now developed anger issues, hyperactive, though it's been a year. We completely stopped giving her the mobile or TV or any other gadgets, but we play audio songs on the mobile to soothe her mind, and she does paintings now. Hope we are not too late and everything sorts out.
reading, same thing happened with my daughter too. She's 4 but can't speak properly. She knows the words, but she does not like to frame the sentence or speech. She has been watching these Coco Melons or such other stuffs for 2 or 3 years. Hope we're not.
Well, Dry Kite, here's the thing. It's very easy to type this in a comment. And as cynical as this may sound, we don't know if either of these comments are actually real. As cynical as that may sound, it's very easy to type anything into a YouTube reply chat, into a YouTube reply or comment. So, they've typed this, and A, this could not be real, or B, they could have typed this and then just immediately gone back to the same thing. So, yeah, I mean, Tanashi, the person in my family who has autism also went to speech therapy because autism. Because like I said, when they were growing up, when they were like 2 or 3 years old, they could only speak in like 1 or 2 word chunks and would often rely very much on pointing to try and get their point across of what they wanted. It wasn't until they were probably about 4 or 5 that they were able to finally start using larger word chunks that could be considered sentences, but they would only like use one at a time. And it took a long time for them to actually start being able to speak in what can be considered conversational. I mean, Barb, I think I have autism. I'm not going to give my age, but I am an adult. I'm quite confident I have autism because I see many of the signs that I see in the person that's in my family. I tried to get tested, and the therapist that I was seeing kind of responded to me with, "Why? I'm fully functional, so what does it matter? What would it matter if you were autistic?" And it's like, bitch, because I want to know. Like, what kind of fucking question is that? Because I want to fucking know if I'm autistic. And, oh yeah, Beth, like, I did not see that therapist for much longer afterwards. I did. Like, it was a very short time after that I went, yeah, I'm done. And this is why I have a problem. This is one reason why I have a problem with therapists. Yeah, if you're a fully functional adult, they don't fucking care. Because, like, you're fully functional. It's not like you need special assistance if you're autism. It's like, that doesn't fucking matter. If you're not diagnosed with autism and you are concerned that you have autism, do the fucking test. Do the goddamn test, because maybe the problems that I do have that may be stemming from the autism can be addressed. Like, I have a very serious problem with socialization. Like, I do not want to socialize. I do not want to leave my fucking home. Maybe if I was diagnosed with autism, like I believe I am, maybe that could be addressed. But fuck it, I'm a functional adult. I can take care of myself. Who fucking cares, right? This is why I don't trust psychology or therapy in any form anymore. I think it's fundamentally useless because it's not helping anybody. I by and large, I don't think therapy does fuck all. And I think that possibly could be because therapists are absolutely inundated with dumb fucking wine moms that are unhappy with their marriages or their lives, and so they go to a therapist to basically get affirmation from a therapist that, oh no, you're fine, you're a wonderful, strong woman, you're doing great. Like, they're being inundated with this. And so maybe therapists can't even do their fucking job anymore because they're too busy dealing with these dumbass upper middle class people that just need self-affirmation. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I don't trust fucking therapists. I've been to several therapists over the course of my life. Not one of them has helped me with fuck all. Not a single one. I have not had, not a single therapist that I have ever seen has had any positive effect on me. They haven't had a negative effect on me, which thank God, but I have not had one single positive effect from seeing a therapist. Now, for you, your dad, it's a totally different story. Because with your dad, the PTSD is debilitating. And so, because it's debilitating in that way, they may have actually said, oh, okay, we're going to actually put effort into this. For individuals like myself, where I'm perfectly functional, I'm not like a danger to anybody, it's like, who fucking cares? And they're dealing with so many, people that don't actually probably need therapy and just need self-affirmation, that their focus of actually doing therapy is on people that seriously need the help, and those that only kind of need help kind of get thrown by the wayside. And that's where it is. It's like therapy only works for people that are significantly need it. And if you fall outside of the significantly needing it category, don't even bother because you're not going to get help. That's it.
Too late. Over on Reddit, a speech-language pathologist explained, screen time in general is linked with speech delays for a variety of reasons, but Coco Melon is excessively bad. Firstly, unlike other TV shows or movies, it doesn't have a story. It's just very short clips with poorly written songs. The kids aren't able to follow the plot, learn vocabulary, and see the resolution of a conflict, supported by infant specialist Meg Fora.
And the problem with fast-paced TV programs is that we find that little one's language development is slower.
On the Agents of Speech YouTube channel, this is again confirmed.
The main problem with watching videos on the internet is that they don't know how to use the language that they learn.
But he adds that 4 to 5 hours of screen time per day can make a toddler completely non-verbal. 4 to 5 hours is obviously a lot of time, but in Coco Melon Made My Kid a Zombie, researchers discovered that 5-year-olds who watch more than 2 hours of TV a day tended to have lower attention spans and were 7.7 times more likely to show symptoms of ADHD. They screen.
Not surprising. From what we've seen, like I said, my exposure to Coco Melon is basically this video right now. From what he's described on the videos, it doesn't surprise me. It's basically Coco Melon is like Taken 2 and Michael Bay for children in terms of how it's cut. Like it's cut. And because it's cut so rapidly, your brain has to function that much, at that much of an accelerated rate to try and keep up with what's going on. And if you continually watch this, you're training your brain to work in this heightened quickness capacity. So when you're exposed to just normal life, it feels slow. And for kids, that's distressing. For adults, it would be distressing. For a kid, it's even worse because they don't know how to deal with it.
Times might be even lower for Coco Melon specifically, because as explained by Jerica Sands, not all screen time is created equal. A child who just watched 30 minutes of Coco Melon and a child who just watched 30 minutes of Trash Truck will look like a very, very different child. Thankfully, here lies a simple solution. Sierra Renee explained my 2-year-old is speech delayed and addicted to Coco Melon. Switched to Miss Rachel 2 days ago, and he's already saying more words and hasn't had any tantrums. It shared an almost identical anecdote. My 8-month-old was obsessed with Coco Melon and having bad tantrums, so I cancelled Coco Melon and only let her watch Miss Rachel, and she said her first word within the first 3 days of watching. Clearly, parents are able to simply change the channel, but not before leaving Coco Melon a massive amount of dislikes. They've therefore earned the title, The Absurdly Popular Kids Show Parents Hate, and Coco Melon has actually responded to the criticism that explain our shows are not intended.
Okay. Let's read this corporate bullshit, shall we? Because Sunny probably won't read the whole thing. I am. Our shows are not intended to replace outdoor playtime or playdates. They have a place in children's entertainment time, and, as with food, exercise, etc., it comes down to each parent to find the right and appropriate balance for their children. Our responsibility is ensuring that the quality of the content that we produce is high and beneficial for the development of a child's cognitive skills and soft skills. Well, you fucked this one up because it's not. Therefore, trained experts in education and research work directly with our producers. Yeah, how much did you pay these guys off? How much money did you throw at these guys to chuck all of their values and basically help you create an addictive product? Therefore, trained experts in education and research work directly with our producers, talent, and executives to ensure our content is high quality and has educational value. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Because if it had educational value, they wouldn't be fucking non-verbal, you jackass. Like, seriously. This is corporate bullshit to try and cover their ass, and it's not going to work. It's worth adding that our social media communities are filled with stories of parents who experience firsthand how Moonbug content helps children recognize their world and further develop important life skills through play and time spent with family. Fuck. Wait. Hang on. Did I just rage about something
And
completely
Coco
wrong?
Melon has actually responded to the criticism that explain our shows are not intended.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. I gotta see something for context here. Hang on. Wait. Is Moonbug responsible for Coco Melon? Is Moonbug the company behind Coco Melon? Okay. Alright, so I did not rage improperly. Good. Okay. Many parents were addictive behaviors in their children following tantrums when they attempted to wean them off cartoon. Others attribute speech delays, missing milestones, and neurodevelopment disorders. Okay. No. Fucking no. I got this. I have a... Fuck no. Do fucking not try to attribute Coco Melon to goddamn autism. Fuck you for this. Fuck you, whoever wrote this goddamn article. Fuck you. Autism is not something you develop from fucking Coco Melon. Coco Melon is evil. Let's get that straight. Coco Melon does not cause fucking autism. This is bad as the goddamn vaccine argument. This is fucking bullshit, and whoever wrote this fucking article, I don't know who wrote it. Whoever wrote this article, you go fuck yourself. You've got me fucking pissed off right now. Because this is bullshit on a fucking stick. Autism is a development in the brain. This is something that comes here it's something that happens at birth. Shit. Oh, God damn it. Oh. Shit. Shit. Autism is something that happens from birth. You don't simply it's not developed after birth. This is birth development. You dumb fucking hack. If you want to talk about ADHD, fine. Yes, I'll buy that. You do not bring fucking autism into this. Do not. You are full of shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You should never write another goddamn article again. Fuck. Oh. Shit. No. Oh. Oh, good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I flew off. I really flew off the handle on that. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I've told you guys that it's a special place in my heart. And hey, really pisses me. Nothing pisses me off worse than someone falsely attributing autism to something else. Nothing pisses me off more than in this world than that. Fuck. Okay.
to the criticism,
Let's get through
that
this.
explain our shows are not intended to replace outdoor playtime or playdates. They have a place in children's entertainment time, and as with food, exercise, etc., it comes down to each parent to find the right and appropriate balance for their children. Our responsibility is ensuring that the quality of the content that we produce is high and beneficial for the development of a child's cognitive and soft skills. It is worth adding that our social media communities are filled with stories of parents who experience firsthand how Moonbug content helps their children. Coco Melon does have a crazy amount of supporters, but it's obvious that some of them are simply ignoring the downsides. My baby
Thanks,
learned
guys.
the alphabet and numbers from Coco Melon. She may not speak
We understand, Ember. We're here for you no matter what.
Thank you, guys.
complete sentence, but she expresses her wants through phrases. But is it Coco Melon's responsibility to ensure that babies are talking? Well, no. People love blaming cartoons and games for raising children, and not the shitty parents that don't step in to stop them from watching so much.
Yeah.
Coco Melon is actually a really sad symbol of parents giving their children tablets instead of actually parenting and interacting with them. Ultimately, parents are the people who choose how much their child consumes.
Hi. Oh, God. Okay. I really flew off the handle on that one. And not for even the reason that I should be enraged in the first place. Fuck. Oh, boy. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry I flew off the handle about a topic that wasn't even being discussed in this video. Huh. Oh, man.